정치인이 어떤 말씀하신 거에 대해서 평가하는 건 맞지 않고요.
Well, it's not right for me to evaluate what he said.
We just want to ask you about the stability of the Korean market right now, because I know that authorities have vowed really unlimited liquidity to stabilize markets. How are you assessing the situation right now, and what more measures could you take at this point?
최근에 비상계엄 조치가 이제 헌법과 법률에 따라서 신속히 해제됐기 때문에
The recent emergency measures were quickly lifted in accordance with the law, so I think the impact on the market was very limited. I'm not sure if that's the right answer to the question, but I think that South Korea is now operating a system that is better than the market safety measures. That system is working well, and as a result of its good performance, I think we are now finding some degree of market stability. In the future, if we face even more uncertainty, systems related to the market will work well, and we will be able to respond because we are ready. If there is any short-term volatility, the Bank of Korea and the financial authorities will work together to provide unlimited liquidity to the market. We will also take measures in this regard. Our basic direction has been to take various measures to stabilize the markets as much as possible. So once that was done, the Bank of Korea and the Financial Services Commission announced specific measures. In the future, if such volatility increases, we will take similar or more drastic measures when necessary.
I had a chance to sit down with the main opposition leader, Lee Jae-myung, very recently, and he mentioned how the instability that we're seeing in the markets right now is all to do with the administration, that once the president is removed, things would calm down, the foreign investors would come back. How do you respond to that?
글쎄 정치인이 어떤 말씀하신 거에 대해서 평가하는 건 맞지 않고요.
Well, it's not right for me to evaluate what he said. As far as I know, fundamentals of foreign investors' investment in Korea is affected by the fundamentals of our economy. As I mentioned earlier, because our various systems are working well, the impact on the economy has been very limited, and it's well managed. Even in the past, we have seen that the impact of non-economic factors was not a major concern for foreign investors. Rather, their sentiment has been swayed by fundamentals of our economy. The Korean government is stepping up its effort to strengthen the fundamentals of our economy. It is stepping up these efforts even further, and I believe this is a way to encourage foreign investors to invest in Korea a little more.
In the immediate aftermath of the martial law declaration, the lifting, and of course, potential impeachment proceedings, how are you planning to restore investor confidence, not only in the Korean markets, but in the Korean economy and fundamentals?
As I mentioned earlier, we have seen such shocks and uncertainties caused by non-economic factors in the past, but they were temporary and limited. We believe that the Korean system is working well in these areas. But the basic trust of foreign investors in the Korean economy is actually based on concerns that the Korean economy's potential growth rate and growth momentum are shrinking. So the Korean government is making efforts to increase the robustness of the Korean economy, innovation, and social mobility through the creation of a blueprint. And recently, due to uncertainties in global trade, we are making efforts to strengthen the competitiveness of some industries and others that are less competitive among the more traditional industries.
Global tariffs, not to mention the political uncertainty in South Korea. What are the chances that we might fall into a recession next year?
지금 리세션은 얘기하셨는데 내년도에 경기 침체 우려가 있다는 말씀은 너무 과도한 우려라고 생각이 들고요.
I think it is too excessive to say that there is a risk of recession next year. Korea's growth rate next year, projected by the International Monetary Fund or the Bank of Korea, is at or near its potential level. Therefore, we will respond to uncertainties by combining appropriate macroeconomic and macro policies. We will also make efforts to strengthen policies that target more vulnerable groups.